So in our case number 2, the symmetric, to be a symmetric one, so here the relation R, the given relation R is a subset of but here let us consider the two sets, that is one as x, that is equals to the elements of x are of 1 comma 2, then the second one as y is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3. But here if x comma y belongs to the relation, then that implies, so y comma x also must belongs to the relation, then only this R is said to be called as a symmetric. Then now let us see whether the condition, that is a subset of, holds good or not. Then now here, so here x is a subset of y, then now that implies, so here the elements of x are of 1 comma 2 is a subset of the elements of y are of 1 comma 2 comma 3. So here the elements in the first set, that is 1 comma 2, are also present in the second set, therefore here x is a subset of y, so here it holds good. So here then now in the second case y comma x, that is the relation is a subset of, so here in the second case though your y is a subset of x, then now that implies the elements of y are of 1 comma 2 comma 3 is a subset of x, the elements of x are of 1 comma 2. So here the elements of y, that is 1 comma 2 comma 3 are not in the, because 3 is not occurring in the second set, so 1 comma 2 comma 3, but only 1 and 2 are also 2 are only occurring in the second set, 3 is invisible, therefore here 1 comma 2 comma 3, that is the y, is not a subset, so here it does not holds good. So here hence relation R, which is nothing but, so here is a subset of is not a symmetric. So here it is not a symmetric one. Then let us go for the third case, that is case number 3. See, in our case number 3, the relation R is given by means of the property is a subset of. Then now here let us consider all the three cases, that is x equals to the first set, that is x equals to the elements consisting the first set are of 1 comma 2, then now y is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3, then the z elements are of, so as per the assumed one, so here we have assumed y as 1 comma 2 comma 3 and z as 1 2 3 4. Z as 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, but here the property is of is a subset of. So here since if x comma y belongs to R and y comma z belongs to R, then that implies, so here x comma z also must belongs to R. So here then only the relation R is said to be transitive. Then now let us see whether the condition holds good or not. Then in the first case x comma y belongs to R, so here x comma y belongs to R, so here that implies, So here the relation is of subset. So here then we have x is a subset of y, because the relation is a subset of, then now x must be the subset of y. So now that implies, so here x elements are of 1 comma 2 subset of, so y elements are of 1 comma 2 comma 3, then now here the elements in the first set 1 comma 2 are also the elements of second set. Therefore, so first set, that is x, is the subset of the second set. So therefore it holds good. Then now let us see the y comma z belongs to R, the second case. So here y comma z belongs to R. Then we have the relation is a subset of, then now, so here y must be the subset of z. Then now that implies the second set, that is y, elements are of 1 comma 2 comma 3 is a subset of, then now z elements are of 1 2 3 4. Then now here the elements of the first set 1 2 3 are also present in the second set 1 2 3. Therefore first set is a subset of the second set. Therefore here also it holds good. Then that implies x comma z also must belongs to R. Then the third case, that is the last one. So here x comma z also must belongs to R, but the relation is a subset of, then x must be the subset of z. Then now, so that implies the elements of x are of 1 comma 2, then is a subset of, then now z elements are of 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Then now when we observe the first set elements are of 1 comma 2 are also present in the second set, that is 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So here, since the elements of the first set are also present in the second set, therefore the first set, that is x, is the subset of z. Therefore it also holds good. So it holds good. So in all the three cases it holds good. Therefore, so here since, so here x comma y belongs to R and y comma z belongs to R, then that implies, so here x comma z belongs to R, then R is said to be a transitive relation. So in all these three cases, from cases 1, 2 and as well as 3, in the first case, so here R is a reflexive, whereas in the second case, so here R is not a symmetric, whereas in the third case, so here R is a transitive. But we know that when a relation R is reflexive one, symmetric one and as well as the transitive, then only it is said to be called as an equivalence. But here R is reflexive and as well as R is a transitive, but it is not a symmetric one. Therefore, hence the relation R is not said to be called as an equivalence relation. So here hence R is not an equivalence relation. Or in other words, the relation R, that is a subset of, is not an equivalence relation. So here hence it is proved. Since one of the relation, that is R, is not a symmetric one, therefore the relation R, which is a subset of, is not an equivalence relation.